All, my name is Hardik. I've been through advice, of course, as such as you guys know. I studied in Leeds University. The main reason going through advice was assurity, quality, and absolute assurance that I got from advice staff, and all the I would say most of guidance and supervision that I got into all processes possible, starting from the application form, starting from to all connectings or contactings of the university till the visa formalities, which I think was great because I got a little stuck somewhere or the other, but was fun there. Then I chose down or narrowed down to Leeds University mainly because of the course that I was wanting to select, which was preferably anyways offered by advice, and they suggested me that course. The very first day, I think after all my applications being done and I went on to catch my flight the very first time, I had approximately 80 odd kgs of weight, and that was something that I would not carry out across. Was a major experience. The first day was a very panicked, or I would say a little nervous about whole the experience. How would it be? How would I be taken care of? Leaving from my home, no one there, and what all to be taken care, what all not. Will I be lost? Will I be able to handle my all queries across running in my head? Get down to the flight, landed across, and there was one beautiful lady. There's an elderly lady who helped me across in the immigration department, which made me feel a little comfortable coming down to UK and made me think that I made a little right choice for sure. First day at the airport was a little panic because I didn't know how the immigration would work, how would people take me, how would people actually, will they be helpful, will I be stopped for certain things, will I be not stopped for certain things, but they were absolutely helpful, and I think UK immigration was one of the better ones till the time I have been travelling since across about 7 years now. And getting on to the university, I had people coming from university to pick me up at the airport itself, which was one of the greatest help, I would say, because I didn't know what transport to choose or from how to go to Leeds, or I don't know where would I have landed if not for those guys, which made me a little at ease, I would say, that made me a little thankful to the university as such. I got my pre-departure from advice, which told me what will I get or what will I expect when I land in Manchester or Leeds. They gave me a welcome kit which had everything as such, from the destination to the entire maps, or to even to the SIM cards or the local numbers. The university did provide me, which was a great help. Then I went on to the university, searched around the campus. I did not book on-campus house or an on-campus accommodation as such. The whole sole of reason was to do a little adventure and try and find out if I could actually fit into the crowd or not, or if I could actually go and save a little of money, which is the very basic line of everyone who thinks of not going on campus. But went down to the entire tour of the campus. They helped me, they showed me the entire hook and corner of the university, made me a little comfortable. Then went down to the students, International Students Welcome Association or Society, something like that it was called. They made me comfortable in terms of helped me give the SIM cards as well. Activated those stuffs, gave me all what all rooms it can accommodate. I went in about 15 days earlier to try and search what all accommodations I could do, I could not do. Going apart from there, making a little more friends was much easier because I didn't have accommodation. We were launching around from all hook and corners of the city, trying to see where I could find an accommodation, where I could see a sailboard or on-rent board or two-leg board, which led us to about 6 or 7 new friends on the very first day. Helped me a lot. There's a little bit of a cultural difference for sure when we go across, because not everyone is from your own culture, not everyone looks the same color as you look at, but then understanding those culture, understanding those people, their mind frame is of so much importance and is of so much elegance, I would say. They will give you much of confidence, one, to speak in front of everyone, be with around of unknown guys, and then stand on your own feet is, I would rather say, the very first thing for you to gain when you land in the country where no one knows you and no one supports you. Then going back to searching of houses, I went on to a spare accommodation which university gave me for about 15 days, which is like an early arrival date. Here we got a little used to the system, one, more used to the culture, more used to the weather, I would say, because when we went there it was more of raining, and as such we didn't have that much of patience, I would say, to rather hold all bags with you and then it raining and not raining. Went down to that side of it, went to the spare accommodation. They've checked in what all passports, things that we need to have. They could also give you a safe where you could possibly keep in all the stuffs that you would need. Basically from there, you try and mingle around the people on your own. You are absolutely on your own, walking along with unknown people and then just asking friends and see how people greet what is the kind of array of people being there in the audience, in the entire country. The countryside is different, the entire side of the city is different. So then you try to get on to hook on to new tastes. Your taste buds also tries off new things in the city. There are quite many coffee joints, coffee shops that will give you all the things that you would love to taste in Indians as an Indian. There are also many Indian shops as well where you can actually locate them. You can even just ask them or figure it out. They'll give you all the Indian spices, Indian shops, Indian foods. All the taste is absolutely matching. There'll be much more of Pakistani blend also, or the Indian blend also, the Bangladeshi blend also. It's quite interesting to see how we people fight here and there. We are absolute brothers. So it's an amazing thing there. UK is one of the most scenic country I would rather say you would have visited. So I would be happy that you've selected UK rather than on top of any other country except for other European countries for sure. And going there, getting on the very first day of your college, it's like an amphitheater. It's not the traditional way of sitting here in the school with benches around and teachers coming up and you stand up and nothing like that. Everyone's absolute friend to you. The very first day you will see the teachers, they'll absolutely introduce yourself and themselves and you will feel at home. That's the most important. I would say the very first day I went on to the university, the very first class I would say I took, was so much happening that you're learning about everyone. You see on your left and right, there are Chinese, there are Africans, there are Americans as well. A little few of the regional culture, the British was as well. But I would rather say you would have a taste of everyone. Every skin tone, every color that you would look around is just new to you. And the most interesting thing that is inside you should be of knowing everyone and being there with them, because it's just the 1 year that you would have. If in case someone's going for an MBA, that's 2 years, but usually it's just 1 year that you get to know every possible culture without traveling the world. They are with you, they've come to see you and you've come to meet them. That's the best thing that you can take around. You will make friends for life from that very first day. I'm sure you will start to turn into some groups or the other. They'll also formulate some groups depending on the culture. But I would rather say not go on to have an Indian group, rather try and formulate an international group. You're paying so much to go to a country, learn about everyone, not about ourselves. So try and get on to someone where people are approximately at least your level. Moving on to the very first day. Then after that, I think the semesters are not really like an Indian semesters. You would have more of practical works to be done. You would have more of practical knowledge to be gained, rather than the Indian syllabus of just going on to the university, getting some books along and then studying, but nothing like that. You would be given your individual tasks. You will be given group tasks. Group tasks are most important because it will give you 6 different individualities with work. I would say a work culture of 6 different international individuals working with you on the same assignment. There will be conflicts, there will be agreements, there will be so much to share across. You would rather spend an entire day at a cafeteria, sitting, having a sip of coffee, knowing their culture. It will give you so much that you can't give it back to any other source at this point of time. 6 months, I think if you're going for a 1-year course, it will be bifurcated into 2 sems for sure. And the most important thing is that you're awarded on is your own individual work. There's something called as plagiarism. It's nothing that is heavy as such, nothing to worry or nothing to be afraid of as such, because it's just to give right authority the right name. It is just that when you are in India, when you're doing a project, I'm sure thousands of people, 90% of your work goes on to Google and comes from Google. And then you just paste it across and then make it across as your own and then flaunt it across. When you go to that system, they would want you to make something of use of your own, which is put your brains, apply the theories. You take theories, you take ideas from someone, apply that ideas into some practical knowledge and give those reference and credits to those people whose ideas you've taken. That's the basics of plagiarism in a very nutshell. There's so many things in that. You have to reference, you have to do this, do that. I'm sure advice would have guided you, and I'm sure when you land into university, the very first day the international university will also help you onto that thing. Coming back to the accommodation, every odd university has their own union. Make sure you very first day attend or at least visit that union. They'll give you all the guides to how to find an accommodation, what kind of accommodation are suited for you. There are rankings of accommodation, as we have hotels like 5 stars, 4 stars. They have accommodations also rated by the university itself. Now that will give you one assurity of how the quality is to be expected, what kind of accommodation to be expected, and if in case you have any problem, there is someone who's responsible to come and answer you at that point of time, because there is no one except for you who's going to handle all those pressures when there is exams, when there is this, and then there's a maybe a tap which does not work or a washing machine does not work. So if you are going with accredited university union rated thing, you won't have all those kind of problems as such, and you can concentrate on your studies. Do not miss out on the nightlife, I would say, sorry. Do not miss out on the fun that you guys go on to the road trips with your newly made friends. Try and learn as much as you can, because you will not have this 1 year back to you. Last but not the least, your entire studies, all teachers and everyone, it's like an open door policy. You do not need to book an appointment to meet someone. There's nothing that you can't go, you can go. No one's called sir, everyone is just being told by the name or maybe called by the name. It's a little respect as a friend respect. You would say 80-year-old professor being also called by their first name, which is just amazing, because then you feel that friendly level with them. Go to them, talk about your any professional problems, any educational problems, even any personal problems. I have had quite many problems which I've shared with my tutors, with my head of the departments, with all my friends, and they're ready to open up and they're ready to help you out. Which is the most thing, because they also understand you are the only one and there's not much of people around you whom you can tell all these about. Coming back to that thing, your all projects will be guided, you can have n number of meetings to the people around. Make use of those things, because most of my classmates had because we were allowed to have 2-3 meetings with those and we did not actually utilize that. So I would rather say please make use of that, you will learn more, they'll give you more references to read. It's more of practical reading as compared to Indian reading, because here we only have one book, one syllabus, we finish it out and that's about it. There you go, you'll have one topic, you'll have about 6 odd books, 7 odd books. You can also Google out books according to yourself and make most of it in terms of the reading, because it will also improve your knowledge and give you an idea of what is happening daily and not daily. Secondly, all the reference books or all the reference pages and handouts that the professors will hand you out is the most important in the entire thing. So that's something there. Coming out of the entire thing, the extracurricular curriculums, I would say, please be interested in take part I would say in all the possible societies that you can or you can link with. There will be 10 odd societies or 12 odd societies. Leeds University, I would say rather about myself, I had about 25, 35 approximately societies, like Hindu societies and Christian societies. Try and mingle with all the societies. They'll give you so much things to do except for studies only. They'll take you out in the evenings for churches, you'll have coffee meets, you'll have dinners, you'll have friends. This will entirely change your way of thinking, I would say, to broaden it out. So that's something that you have to look out for. All the cultural fest, every university has its own cultural themes, has its own bars, has its own pubs. Bars and pubs, do not take it in the wrong way. It's just more of lighten down your tone. Try and get on to major festivals. It'll be a little expensive on a student's part to try and take on to get every society, because every society has a registration fee. But the more the number of society, the more the number of cultural activities that you do, it will enhance you, it will give you a relief from the stress of your entire day schedule of your studies, meeting down, presentations, conferences. Try and get on to all the cultural activities. Every university will have their own set of festivals that they celebrate. Every matches, if you are interested in soccer or cricket, every matches would be at least telecasted somewhere or the other. Every university will have, as I said, their own bars and pubs. So relax around there, try around, mingle around people, gives you more of more of niche idea of, I would say, rather getting onto the university aspect. Then try and get on to road trips, as I said. It will give you, because as I said, it's one of the most scenic country. You would have so much things you would have never imagined nor seen in your life. Coming back to the entire your academic background as such, the last day of your university would major your exams and then you guys disperse around. After your exams, you'll be asked to graduate. I mean, obviously, once you clear out everything, you'll be asked to select your graduation days, and you'll be asked to select your graduation dresses and all. Dress codes is almost similar. You are opted to choose or not to choose the wearing of the similar kind of a dress or not. It's a unique experience you would not have in India. You would not go and go onto a dais in front of about hundreds of people, acclaiming that yes, I have done this and I have achieved this in 1 year span. That is something that I think it's truly, I would say, achievement as of now. What I would recommend, or I would rather, rather come back on to. Last day of it, please be in touch with all of your friends. You never know who will become CEO of another organization, who will become a marketing head of the other organization, who will absolutely become a best friend of yours for life. Try and be in that touch. Leave your little ego aside of you being from a good family or not from a good family. keep that aside, be of an open mind, enjoy your entire year with all the wish, and I would absolutely wish you a very good luck for your 1 year to come across. Thanks.